Trainees, it's day 13 and you've just done 2 big days of resistance movements, so you should feel very proud of that. We're going to go for a cardio day to get more nutrients flowing around your body and to get that cardiovascular work up. Now, I personally believe cardio is king, and so if you've got an alternate way of getting your cardio in, you can get out for a run, you can go cycling, you can go swimming, anything like that, I would say today is a great day to do that instead of the Ring Fit. But if you can't, don't worry, I've got you covered. I've got some fun stuff coming today. Now, what I want you to focus on today with your cardio is stamina. So going for a longer session, even if it means going slower, that's absolutely fine. It's about keeping that heart rate elevated for a long while, but maybe not just elevated as much as possible, okay? It burns a good amount of calories, it promotes fat mobilization, it's a pretty good all-rounder if you ask me. So yeah, that's why we're going to do that today. Now, addressing a concern from last week and a few of the playlists beforehand as well, if you haven't unlocked these areas that are in the playlist, that's absolutely fine. They're going to focus on hashtag stamina, hashtag aerobic. So if you don't have the right one unlocked, that's absolutely fine. Go in, find one with those tags, or at least one of those tags, and pop that in instead, okay? Nice and easy. Now, without further ado, warm up, get your water ready, get your towel ready, and let's get to it. Level 1s, this is intended to get your active time up and keep your heart rate up whilst also being not as intense as the previous 2 days. We'll do a run block, a resistance block and a rhythm block for you. Run block involves beginner, transient temple and disturbance meadow, giving around 1 kilometre of run distance, which is very excellent work for you. Then we're going to use 3 resistance moves to give us a little bit of fun and a little bit of aerobic movement. Knee lift, side step and overhead hip shake. The variety of sides and types of movement here add a difference to the standard work of jogging, and they're going to accentuate the waist very well. Finally, we do 4 rhythm games to round it out. Now that's Fit Battle, Battle Gym, Athletic 2 and Snow Mountain. Do your best to keep in rhythm and have fun. This should provide a decent amount of time done with your cardio without it being too intense. Now you can always extend it if you feel like you can work a little bit longer. Just jump into rhythm or jogging mode, add another 3 to 4 levels. My level 2 trainees, this one is made up of a lot of the jogging mode again, but then there's a resistance and aerobic block midway through. The first 3 areas are jogging levels, and I've selected beginner as a warm-up, Drago Stadium 3 and transient temple, which should give us about 1 kilometre of distance, which is really good. Remember, put in other tracks with the aerobic and stamina hashtags if you haven't got them unlocked. Next, we're going to do 4 resistance movements for maximum movement. Knee lift starts us out to get us in rhythm before side step comes in for that side-to-side movement to get our ankles working. Knee lift combo is an explosive aerobic movement and really helps torch calories, so I've put that one in here before the ring raise combo. It's going to get a good work on our hips as well there. Finish out with a few longer cardio areas. I picked starting block bridge, dash along tower and general factory, which should add a good 1.5 kilometres to 2 kilometres to the day's work. It's very much endurance based, but it's going to work for you. Well done. Now my level 3s, the intention here is a longer session, so get your water and head out to General Factory, followed by Loop Pass and Starting Block Bridge. These are long areas with some obstacles chucked in occasionally, which gives some guesswork to the body as well. Next, because I'm nice like that, you're doing Dreadmill. The short, sharp bursts of running really rack up the kilometres in a surprising way, so make sure you try and beat your score from last week. I know you can do it, okay? We'll then do the knee lift combo and side step to get our sweat on and get some frontal plane work as well, and then we'll opt for 2 advanced rhythm tracks. Now, for the interest of time, I selected Drago Battle and Grasslands, but you can feel free to choose your own tracks if you like. I think there are a couple of longer ones like the Breath of the Wild medley. We then finish with 2 more aerobic areas, Starting Block Bridge and Push-Pull Shrine. If you want to change the time of day to make it more interesting for you visually, change it in the same way you change the reps with the Y button. If you want to extend the amount of work you're doing today, that's absolutely fine. Make sure it's jogging mode or rhythm mode. Awesome work. You may be feeling a little bit out of puff there, but that's absolutely fine. That's intentional. These longer cardio sessions will do that to you, but there are a lot of good benefits to doing a long-term cardio session. Now, for today's Fit Fact, we're going to talk about supplements. Now, supplements have a lot of good benefits, allowing you to get additional nutrients, additional vitamins, stuff like that into your diet, which is really cool, but do you need them? The answer is absolutely not, unless you are directed to do so by your GP, dietitian, or qualified nutritionist. Supplements can help shore up deficiencies in your diet, but if your diet is well balanced, you shouldn't really need to shore it up. Now, if you're eating a lot of vegetables, a lot of whole grain carbs, a lot of lean proteins, you should be able to hit those daily requirements of your vitamins and minerals naturally, which is really good, but sometimes sometimes you won't, and that's where you can use supplements. Now, personally, I don't eat fish, so I take fish oil supplements to make sure I'm getting those omega-3s into my body. And I'll use protein shakes as well to make sure that I'm hitting my protein goals for the day, okay? Now, if you're curious as to whether or not you should be using these supplements, make sure you go see, as I said, a qualified GP, nutritionist or dietitian, okay? Now, it may have sounded like a little bit of cop-out there, but you need to understand that it's not in my scope of practice. I'm not a qualified nutritionist. I have basic nutrition knowledge. That came as part of my qualification. But, you need to make sure that you're going to someone who's done the studying, which is why any PT worth their salt will always refer out when they don't know the answer to something, rather than making guesswork that they're not qualified to do and then causing more problems, okay? Anyway, well done. I'm really proud of the work that you're doing today. You should have got a good sweat on, so wipe that sweat off, have a nice shower, relax, and get ready for a nice rest and flex day tomorrow. See you soon.